Good morning to one and all. So, as a part of online classes, already we discussed excretion lesson in the previous class. Today, I would like to recapitulate whatever we discussed in previous class. Just look at this diagram. Look at this model. Actually, it is a model. So, here we do observe human kidneys. Already we discussed. They are present in our dorsal region, the abdominal cavity. So actually they are on either side of the backbone. So there is a pair of kidneys. So we do observe kidneys like this, which are in the shape of a bean. So this is the ureter. Here also we do observe ureter. This is urinary bladder, and down urethra we do observe. Through urethra urine is passed. Here just you do observe the colors of these two ducts. Here, which is in red color, it resembles artery. Here it distributes the blood to the kidneys wherever the filtration is going on. Here we do observe blue color ducts. They are collecting the blood from the kidneys. So here we do observe entry of artery, which is called as renal artery. Actually, it carries the all nitrogenous wastes from different body parts, and those nitrogenous wastes to be filtered inside the kidney. As we discussed earlier in previous class, how filtration is going to be discussed now. Here we do observe filtration of nitrogenous wastes will be taking place inside the kidney. For that, what is required? That wastes to be brought to the kidneys. By whom it is bringing? Renal artery. So that's what we can observe the entry of renal artery. Here one thing you would remember. What is that? Artery means what here? Supplies. Here it is supplying the materials, waste materials to the kidney. Renal means that word indicates kidney. That is related to the kidney. That's what this is called, renal artery. That's what we do observe the renal artery. It enters into the kidney. So inside the kidney, we do observe numerous nephrons. So each kidney comprises around 1.3 to 1.8 millions nephrons. So already we discussed in previous class the structure of nephron. Once again, let us recapitulate about the structure of nephron. Just to look at the board carefully here. Already I said you, renal artery enters into the kidneys having so many numerous nephrons. So now we are observing one nephron among 1.3 to 1.8 millions of nephrons. We are observing only one nephron. So whenever the renal artery enters into the kidney, that divides and enters into each nephron as an afferent and forms as glomerulus. Glomerulus is nothing but that is the division of blood vessels of afferent arteriole. Here one thing you have to observe, already I told you. So it comes out as afferent arteriole. Yes, here you can observe the red color as well as blue color. Here red color resembles that distributing the blood which has to be filtered. Later we do observe blue color, that is collecting the blood from the nephron. So that is indicating renal vein. This blue color totally is called renal vein. Here, so renal artery enters into the kidney and renal vein comes out from the kidney. Here, this is the cup part, this is the PCT part where tubular reabsorption is going on, and this is U-shaped, like it looks like a hairpin. So that is called loop of Henle. Later we do observe some convolutions. DCT means convolutions. In Telugu, cows, uncle. So that is called, it is the secondary position, that's what it is called DCT. Later it enters into the collecting tubule. Already we discussed from the collecting tubule, they form as calyces. From the calyces, from the pelvis region, it comes out as ureter. From the pelvis, we do observe coming out of ureter. And here, in the nephron, the blood which you carry, and means which contains so many nitrogen waste materials that will be filtered inside the glomerulus of each nephron. Later, after the completion of total filtration, absorption, secretion, all material reaches into the collecting tubule that passed into the ureter. From where ureter is coming out? Here we do observe the ureter. This is the ureter. It is coming out from the kidney. From each kidney we do observe the coming out of ureter. Here, just listen to me. We do observe these are nephrons. This is the LS of kidney. Whenever we cut longitudinally, we do observe these kind of structures. It looks like a flower, bunch of flowers. This is called as the pyramid base calyces antam. It looks like a flower. So calyces. When they meet here, it is known as pelvis region. Here pelvis. We do have pelvis here. So here pelvis region. So from these we do observe the coming out of ureter. Yes. And entry of renal artery and exit of blue color, that is renal vein. So let us discuss what is present in that urine. Actually, everything is filtered. What will be formed? Urine is formed. Let us see what will be present in the urine, which is called as urine composition. Now we are going to discuss the substances which are present in the urine. Actually, what is the color of urine? Amber color. What is the reason behind it? One thing you have to understand. We are in somewhat a little bit black color. Some members because our blood is in red color and leaves are in green color because of the pigments, isn't it? In the same manner, we are in the black because of melanin. Leaves are in the green because of chlorophyll. Blood is red color because of hemoglobin. These are all pigments, and these pigments are responsible for particular object color. In the same manner here, urochrome is responsible for the amber color of urine, isn't it? So now we are going to discuss what are the components. It means we are going to discuss composition of urine. Let us see the components of urine. 96% of what is present in the urine, 2.5% organic wastes, that is urea, uric acid, creatinine, and water soluble vitamins, hormones, some oxalates also present. Some 1.5% inorganic solutes present, sodium, chloride, phosphate, sulfite, magnesium, calcium, iodine. These kind of inorganic solutes also present. And one more thing I would like to remind you. Actually, whenever we consume more proteins in our diet, we excrete more urine. Actually urea. So whenever we consume more proteins in our urine, there is more urea percentage. Got my point here? Whenever we consume more proteins, the proteins are present in the pulses. So whenever we consume more proteins, what happens here? In our urine, what present more? Urea is present because our proteins are made up of amino acids. These amino acids, these proteins are deaminated in the liver, leads to formation of urea. That is the reason behind why more urea is present when we do consume more protein rich food. So urea is more in that at that time. Yes. One more thing I would like to remind you. The total amount of urine per day, 1.6 to 1.8 liters per day. Around 2 liters, nearly 2 liters. 1.6 to 1.8 liter average. So that is the discharge of urine by human beings. Here, okay, if it is good everything, no problem to the kidneys and for our excretion. If there is any other health element is present in our body due to the kidneys failure, of course kidneys are failure due to several reasons. It depends upon our food intake as well as depends upon water intake. So what reasons it may be? So if two kidneys are damaged, what is our position? What we have to do? So what is the main role of kidneys? Filtration of waste materials from our body which are produced during metabolic activities. But now the kidneys are not functioning. What is our position? If the waste materials are being left over in our body, so what happens? Leads to poisonous. Can we keep poisonous materials for long time in our body? No. Leads to death. Then what we have to do? We have to go for dialysis. So what is the meaning of dialysis? Nothing here. Here dialysis is nothing but it's a kind of artificial filtration. Actually kidneys are natural filters which are present in our body, but the kidneys are not functioning. Then we have to go for dialysis. So how the dialysis is done? It is done in hospital under the supervision of doctor. So what's happening here? Let us see how dialysis is going on in kidney patients. Let us see. One more thing I would like to remind you. What do we call that position? The people who go for dialysis, that stage is called ESRD, end stage of renal disease. Just to, you would remember here, renal means related to kidney. Yes. So let us see what is going on in the process of dialysis. First, what is the aim here? Waste materials to be filtered from the patient's body. Yes, nitrogenous wastes mainly. Then how it is being done? First of all, that to be collected, isn't it? How it is being collected? From where it is being collected? From the chief artery of the patient. That waste materials are collected into the dialyzing machine. Let us see how the dialyzing machine will be. Here, in the dialyzing machine, we do observe fluid, some tubes we do observe. What do we observe? What do we observe? Here, some fluid is observed, which is called as dialyzing fluid. In that we do observe tubes. Actually, whatever we collected the blood from the chief artery, that is flowing through the tubes which are embedded in the dialyzing fluid, isn't it? So what do we observe in the dialysis machine? Yes, tubes. So surrounding the tubes we do observe dialyzing fluid. Let us see here what is dialyzing fluid. Actually it resembles plasma except nitrogenous waste material. Just two things you have to observe here. We collected the blood with nitrogenous wastes that is flowing in the tubes which are present in the dialyzing fluid. So the thing is that waste materials to be filtered. Let us see how the waste materials are being filtered inside the dialyzing machine. Here already I said you that is flowing, the waste materials are, the blood is flowing inside the tubes. Actually that tubes are made up of cellophane membrane. Here some physical properties are helping in the process of filtration. Just to look at the book carefully here, and the diagram just clearly you observe. Here, blood is flowing in the tubes which are made up of cellophane membrane. It is surrounded by the dialyzing fluid. Just to observe here, dialyzing fluid. This is a cellophane tube which consists of wastages, nitrogenous waste material. Here, what do we observe? Here, with the fluid without nitrogenous wastes, inside the fluid with nitrogenous wastes. So what happens? Generally, the waste materials are coming out from the cellophane tube. In such manner, that waste materials are come out from the cellophane tube into the dialyzing fluid that is collected. one thing you have to remember here. Actually, whenever blood is flowing in our body, it is not being clotted. Do you know what is the reason behind it? Heparin. It controls it regulates the clotting of blood inside the blood vessels. Then you have to, what we have to do here? In the same manner, whenever we are collecting the blood from the chief artery of the patient, we need to add anticoagulant, that is heparin, to be added to the blood which is flowing in the cellophane tube. As it is flowing inside the cellophane tube, the waste metals which are present inside the cellophane tube, those are being filtered into the dialysing fluid. In the fluid, actually before, what are not present? Nitrogenous wastes are not present. So now that waste metals are entering into the dialysing fluid. From that, waste metals are collected. Later, the blood is filtered. Now the blood is without nitrogenous wastes. So now again it has to be transmitted to the patient, isn't it? So that is being done by the chief vein. Ante manamu one thing you would remember, that materials, the blood taken from the chief artery of the patient after filtration, which is done in the dialysing machine, the wastes are removed. Now the blood is purified, filtered. That filtered blood to be transmitted to the patient through the vein of the chief vein of the patient. So here you would observe one thing here. Dialysis, it takes how much time? 3 to 6 hours. A patient requires around she needs to go for dialysis around 2 or 3 times per week. వీక్లో ఒక పేషెంట్ ఈఎస్ఆర్డి అంటే ఎండ్ స్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ రెనల్ డిసీజ్లో ఉన్నటువంటి పేషెంట్ వాళ్ళు డయాలసిస్కి వీక్లీ ఒక 2-3 times దే హ్యావ్ టు గో ఫర్ దట్. బట్ ఈచ్ డయాలసిస్ స్టేజ్ టేక్స్ 3 to 6 hours. So this is the process of dialysis which are required for ESRD patients. Thank you.